Rational decisions comes with consequences. Rational decisions meaning you want something and you just go ahead and full throttle at it without thinking about, okay, is what I want to do, is this really for me, or is this the right path that I should take or that God wants me to go on? Messing up is not a bad thing. It just means it's God's redirection. So that's what I want to talk about in this video. I want to talk about rational choices and rational thinking. You know, me personally, I made a lot of rational choices in my life, chasing women, doing things I had no business doing things that I want to do, but okay, is what I want to do, is that something that God wants for me? An example is the Army. You hear me talk about the Army all the time. Because that's a good example of how I wanted something and I full throttled at it without thinking about, okay, is this something that's good for my mental health? I went ahead, I pushed something that wasn't meant for me to do, and I finally got it done. And then I realized from doing something that wasn't what God wanted for me, that, okay, this is something that I shouldn't have done to begin with. And if there's one thing I would change about my past, I would have never joined the Army. Because I joined the Army, I signed up, I joined forces for my country to better myself in this country. And then I ended up failing at the end because it's something that God didn't want me to do. Or it was something that God wanted me to do, but I was messing up and He had to redirect me. And now I ended up leaving the Army with an uncharacterized discharge, which is something that And now I left the Army with an uncharacterized discharge, unless that gets changed somehow in the future somewhere, if I end up getting benefits with the uncharacterized discharge that I got from the Army. So the point I'm trying to make here is, regardless of what you're going through, pray about everything, because you never know what you're going through. You never know if that's something that God really wants for you or not. So just the point I'm trying to make with this video is pray about everything. I can't stress that enough, because all that time I wasted in the Army thinking this is something that was good for me, which I'm not saying it wasn't, but it wasn't something that God wanted for me, is the point.